everybody. It's Keith with Bob CNC. Welcome to Shop Talk. And as always, I'm on the left of Bob. Why am I? Why
and
am
I'm
I
on the
on the
right of
left?
Keith, because
Why should you be on the right?
aren't you the right-hand man, or?
No, Dad, I'd be the left-hand guy.
Okay,
You're
well, you're on
right.
the wrong side.
No, I'm
You want
not.
to switch?
No.
You can't
No,
switch.
no,
up.
then
We've done
I'd
it
have to be
before.
serious.
Okay.
And I really don't have that much to offer.
Oh, so this is the serious
Well, I
side?
was just going to go get a Coke.
Okay.
We're going to talk about lasers today.
Yeah, some of our customers, I'm starting to see that they're getting lasers for
They're
their
getting
shop.
serious about
Yeah.
lasers.
So we're not talking about the little wood burning lasers. Those are great for engraving, but
Those are diode.
yeah, they're a diode laser, but they're really good for just burning wood surfaces or plastic.
But how
Not
many
really
watts?
good cut. They call them like, maybe 3 to 10, but
Okay.
but I'm talking about like CO2 lasers that has the tube in the back, 40 watts. Ours are actually 130 watts,
Yeah.
right? But these actually
Wow.
will cut wood.
They'll cut a lot of stuff.
Yeah, acrylic,
Yep.
leather, those type of things.
Hey, they did a pretty good job. The bed on which our lasers operate has long steel rails. They call them knives.
Yeah.
And they come to a nice sharp point.
Mhm.
And yeah, we had serrated knives not long ago until we replaced all those things because it cuts more than wood.
Yeah, well, it does. If it has the coating on it, you can like even engrave aluminum or steel, but it really is more the coating that has to do with it than anything. But we thought we would share with you, we happen to have like 6 of these lasers for production, so we've
Right.
we've learned what we like, and we know what we don't like, so we've
Right.
kind of fixed them up for us, so we thought we'd share some of those. So I think the first thing that we discovered, it's really cool when we had that laser. It had a funnel or a tray that brought everything to the center, and then it had a little drawer, so anything that fell through, you could pull it out. Seemed like a great idea. As it turns out, it's not such a good idea. What happens is the parts that you want may fall through,
Right.
and then
Between
they
the knives.
they stay on the funnel part, and then as it's cutting, it just burns them up, and so your parts are no good. So all of our lasers now that we have, we took that out.
Yeah.
So if the part does fall, it just falls all the way through, which is kind of a pain because now you got to get, especially
For
if
an
you're
old
an
guy.
old guy, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I get to run the lasers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you have to get down there. So what we did was we took our CNC machine, as
Right.
it turns out, and we drilled a whole bunch of holes about 1/8 inch down from the knife, about 1.5 inches
The edge,
apart,
yeah.
or the edge of the knife, and then we strung metal wire through there, right? So we have kind of a grid, but we still have just the knife edge that's touching. So what happens on a laser, because you have air pressure, if you have a little piece, it kind of flops up. If it flops up too far, it hits the laser nozzle and it kind of screws up where it's going, so your whole part can get bad.
Right.
So if you have the little wires running through the knives, and maybe we can get Kristen to show a picture of this,
Right.
then what happens is
It'll
it
catch the
supports
part.
those pieces
Yeah.
a little bit, right? And it also keeps them from falling down, so the old people don't have to get down there
Yeah.
and pick them up as
Well,
much.
there's another thing too, is that we learned, and that is the amount of air pressure that we needed
Yeah,
to promote the burn.
Yes.
And to clean away the vapor. That was, okay, talk about that.
yeah. So if you buy one of those compressor or CO2 lasers, they're going to come with this little hydroponics pump compressor, which is really cool. It's not very loud. It just doesn't put out enough CFMs or enough pressure to actually clear out. So the idea of a laser,
Clear out what?
all of the debris and stuff that
Yeah.
you're cutting,
Okay.
right? Or even just maybe the fumes. All I know is when you put more pressure on there, right, it cleans out where it's cutting so the laser can continue to cut.
Right.
Right? So you definitely want that. A little bit better compressor. We have the quiet compressors, really happy with, because we don't really like a lot of noise. So we've got a quiet compressor for each one of our lasers that runs independently.
And how many PSI?
No
are we
tank.
using?
I think we're doing right at 30 PSI,
Yeah.
25 to 30, and that seems to work out really good. Keeps the lasers clean.
That's
the
another thing,
lenses.
yeah, that's another thing that happens. If you don't have that airflow, and of course now you've got burning wood or vaporizing wood.
Or acrylic or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah, that vapor is going somewhere and it'll go up into that laser tube and it will coat that lens, and you'll have a lens that becomes opaque.
And it won't work, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
so, you know, we're cleaning those, we had to set up a maintenance program.
Yeah, so you clean it pretty much every day, right?
Well, the lenses, I can tell by how it's being, the curve, you know,
Okay.
in the cut.
Yeah.
And that if I'm having a problem with the lens, but the mirrors, yeah, they get cleaned, 1, 2, well, sometimes 4 times a day.
Okay, because now we're running ours pretty hard production.
Yeah,
One thing that we did figure out, especially having 6 lasers, and we have a room that's for them, right? But it's ventilated, but that smoke you have to take outside, right? You don't want that in the room. So, we were pushing, a lot of air outside,
yes.
and
We're
so,
sucking all the air from the building.
yeah, so our
outside.
air conditioning or our heat would not, work in
Yeah.
that room. So what we did was actually put more ducts, and then we drilled holes on the top of the laser, so we just circulate it now, right?
Right.
So now it's actually reasonable to work in the laser
It's not too
room,
bad.
right? So if you're doing that and you're noticing that, if you're in your shop's always cold or always hot when the laser's
Or
on.
smoky.
Or smoke, yeah, well, smoky's not good, for sure. And especially if you're doing any kind of plastics or anything, you ought to know what you're cutting, because some of that stuff can be toxic.
Right.
So, but anyway, so that's kind of what we got. The other thing is once a week, I think John is in there making
Yeah.
sure adjusting the lasers,
Right.
or adjusting the mirrors, so
Right.
that you make sure that they're always right on. I mean, that beam is probably, starts off, you have a good laser tube about a 1/4 inch in diameter
Right.
until it hits the beam. Ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
Well, because one time I was adjusting the laser and my finger was there, and it burns a hole about a 1/4 inch in diameter. Yeah. I was like,
Well, I've done
why
it,
is this
so-
not working? And then I looked over and I saw smoke, and it's like, oh, that's not good. Didn't hurt at all till later. But I think,
It's embarrassing.
yeah, it was. Yeah, you should
Well, you
never.
were alone when you did that.
Yeah,
I was training one of our kids to work on the laser.
yeah,
And I was showing them that they needed to avoid, and I was pointing to this, while I was pointing to the aperture of the mirror
yeah.
on the
You
laser.
noticed it got a little warm, huh?
Well, I was only pointing, but my hand had drifted into that laser
Okay.
beam, and all of a sudden, it smells like we're cooking hot dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
yeah, it'll do it.
Not good.
Yeah, so it's really probably a good idea to have the door closed when they're running,
Yes.
but
Don't let,
especially, yeah, but when you're adjusting them,
Right.
you're playing with them a lot, but it definitely demands your attention
Yes.
for safety reasons.
Right.
Now, I will say that we tried to, because, you gotta try these things. We tried a hot dog, we were gonna write our name on a hot dog. I thought maybe we could slice hot dog and, make some lunch.
no, you just,
But it doesn't, because I guess the moisture.
yeah.
Also tried a popcorn kernel to see if we could pop popcorn. Just
Yeah.
put a hole right through it, so it doesn't work. But those aren't things you necessarily need to try with your laser. But if you've got some cool ideas, let us know. No tattoos. I saw a Russian
Oh,
dude.
I
do
heard about
once,
that
and It's
guy.
like, no, that would
That
hurt.
was, yeah.
But so I guess the only thing that if you're brand new to lasers that you may not know, but you will know if you do it, is if you run a laser at full power, like to really get the most out of it, you're killing the life of your laser tube, which is the most expensive part. So you really want to be. There's an amperage of milliamps, and for different laser tubes. The life is a lot longer if you stay well below that. So don't even, if it's 25 milliamps, don't go to 25, because you're probably going to be having a short lifespan.
We're running at about 15?
Yeah.
10 to 15?
Yeah, and we get, we run them, we got 130 watts and we're running them at 15 or 25%, right? But we're still cutting, but our tubes last a long time that way.
Right.
So the investment of your laser tube and the maintenance of what you're gonna have to do is gonna be a lot better for you. So that's kind of what we've
Yeah,
learned.
just kind of give you an overview,
Yeah,
not super serious.
yeah.
But if you got any questions.
Or if you got any suggestions that would help us out, that would be great
yeah.
too.
Yeah, any great ideas.
Yeah.
You can get a hold of us at the help desk at bobcnc.com. And so till next time,
Yeah, guys.
see ya.